Imagine this, you've just bought a car and everything seems perfect, but just a few years or a few thousand miles later, it starts breaking down. And you're left wondering if you bought a lemon. Today's video will explore cars with a reputation for early trouble, models that could be dead at just 50,000 miles. Let's dive in. Let's start with one of the most commonly reported problems in compact SUVs, the Nissan Rogue. The Rogue has been a popular choice for families and commuters, offering a smooth ride and a relatively affordable price tag. But behind the wheel, there's one glaring issue that many drivers don't realize until it's too late: the CVT transmission. These transmissions are known to overheat, slip, and in the worst cases, completely fail, often by the time the car hits 50,000 miles. And if your Rogue's transmission starts failing, get ready for a hefty repair bill. Replacing or repairing a CVT can cost you anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. Money that you might not want to spend on a car that's still under 100,000 miles. Aside from the transmission issues, some Nissan Rogue models also suffer from engine problems like excessive oil consumption and coolant leaks. These can lead to overheating and even engine failure if left unchecked. For owners who have already experienced CVT failure, the additional engine issues can feel like the car is falling apart long before it should. Let's not forget that Nissan has had to issue several recalls for the Rogue over the years, often related to fuel system issues, brake components, and airbags. So, while the Rogue might seem like a great deal up front, it can quickly turn into a money pit after just a few years of ownership. Next on our list is the Jeep Compass and its close sibling, the Jeep Patriot. While these compact SUVs offer rugged looks and some off-road capability, their reliability is far from impressive, especially as they approach 50,000 miles. Owners of the Jeep Compass and Patriot have reported a range of serious problems, but one of the biggest culprits is the transmission. Both models are notorious for transmission failure, particularly in the automatic versions. The CVT, or continuously variable transmission, often starts to slip, overheat, or experience hard shifting. These issues commonly appear as early as 40,000 miles, leaving drivers with a car that's almost impossible to drive smoothly. These transmission problems are no small issue. Repairs or replacements can run anywhere from $2,500 to $4,000, depending on the model year and the severity of the damage. And for many owners, it's a recurring problem, one that seems to pop up multiple times during the life of the vehicle. So, if you're considering purchasing a Jeep Compass or Patriot, make sure to research the model year carefully. If you can, avoid those that have had previous transmission or electrical failures, and always check the vehicle's maintenance history. These models might offer rugged looks and some off-road capabilities, but when it comes to reliability, they can quickly leave you stuck in a costly situation. Next up, let's talk about the Chevrolet Spark, a tiny car that's often seen as a budget-friendly option for city dwellers. While the Spark might be perfect for tight parking spots and short commutes, it's far from perfect when it comes to reliability. Drivers of the Chevrolet Spark often face some pretty serious engine and transmission issues, especially as they approach 50,000 miles. One of the most common issues reported by Spark owners is transmission failure, particularly in models equipped with the CVT transmission. This transmission, designed to give better fuel efficiency and a smoother ride, is a major point of failure. Many drivers report hesitation, slipping, and even shuddering while accelerating. In some cases, the transmission can fail completely before the car hits 50,000 miles. When the transmission starts to fail, it's not a cheap fix. Replacing or repairing a CVT transmission can cost anywhere from $2,000 to $3,500, which can be a huge blow for such an affordable car. And the worst part, even after repairs, the problem could resurface due to inherent flaws in the design of the CVT, leaving you stuck with a car that's essentially a ticking time bomb. On top of that, some owners have reported issues with cooling systems and radiator leaks, which can cause the engine to overheat and fail prematurely. These types of issues typically show up around the 40,000 mile mark, making the car unreliable well before it should be. Next on our list is the Ford EcoSport, a compact SUV that promises both urban convenience and the ability to handle light off-roading. But while it may look like a perfect blend of style and functionality, its reliability record tells a different story. For many Ford EcoSport owners, the car's transmission and engine issues show up before they've even hit 50,000 miles. One of the first major red flags for EcoSport owners is the transmission, particularly in the earlier models. Ford used a 6-speed automatic transmission in the EcoSport, and while it sounds simple, it's not uncommon for the transmission to develop issues such as slipping, jerking, or delayed shifting. This leads to frustrating driving experiences, with the vehicle struggling to accelerate properly when you need it most. When this issue occurs, the repair costs can be steep. Replacing or repairing the transmission on a Ford EcoSport can cost between $2,000 to $3,500, depending on the severity of the problem. And unfortunately, transmission issues in these models don't always stay fixed the first time, with many owners facing recurring problems after repairs. Next, we have the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, a minivan that combines the space and family-friendly features of the regular Pacifica with the promise of better fuel efficiency thanks to its hybrid powertrain. While it's a great idea on paper, the Pacifica Hybrid has been plagued with a range of reliability issues that become especially problematic once the vehicle hits around 50,000 miles. One of the most significant concerns for Pacifica Hybrid owners is the hybrid system itself. The vehicle's battery pack, which powers the electric motor, has been known to fail prematurely, sometimes as early as 40,000 miles. When this happens, owners are left with a car that runs poorly or refuses to start at all, especially when relying on electric mode. The battery in the Pacifica Hybrid is expensive to replace, with costs typically running between $3,000 and $5,000, and that's just for the battery itself. Add to that labor costs, and you're looking at an out-of-pocket repair bill that many owners didn't anticipate when they bought the vehicle. The issue is that the battery's performance deteriorates over time, which impacts not only the electric range, but also the overall fuel efficiency of the minivan. So, there you have it, a list of cars that can easily break down well before hitting 50,000 miles. Whether it's transmission failures, engine issues, or electrical problems, these cars can end up being more of a headache than they're worth. But don't just take our word for it. If you're considering any of these models, make sure you do your research and get a thorough inspection before buying. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on car reviews and tips. Got any other cars you think should be on the list? Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep your ride smooth and your repairs low.